Hello everyone. Now today we are going to revise actually the basics of fractions since it is for class 5. So we are going to just revise some terms and then we'll move on to solving the questions. Alright, so fraction, as we all know, a fraction represents an equal part of a whole. Alright, or a part of a set also. Here I can show you that there are 6 balls, so it is also a collection, and out of these, since we have selected 3, so it is also can be represented as a fraction. Alright, coming back to the definition over here, a fraction represents an equal part of a whole. So here you can see all the boxes, all the parts of this big rectangle, they all are equal, right? So all the parts are equal, and the fraction, it is representing as 2 by 2, since we have selected 2 out of all the parts of this whole. Whole is the rectangle, and how many equal parts are here? Let us count it 10. So 10, we have equal parts as 10. Here at the top, 2 is known as the numerator. What is it known as? The numerator. Whereas 10, the number below written, is known as the denominator. So a fraction represents an equal part of a whole. 2 by 10. 2 is your numerator, 10 is your denominator. Moving ahead, the types of fraction, we have proper fraction over here. A proper fraction has the numerator less than the denominator. So numerator and denominator, it is the comparison of numerator denominator, like the denominator is less than the denominator. Over here I have shown in the way of a picture over here. So how many parts this square is divided into? 4 equal parts. So our denominator represents the total number of parts. This is 4. And how many parts we have selected? 2. So the fraction over here is 2 by 4. So over here 2 is less than 4, or numerator is less than denominator. So this is a proper fraction. Over here, how many total parts or how many total balls? 6. How many have we colored? 3. So 3 by 6, numerator is less than the denominator. Another important one is improper fraction. Improper fraction is the opposite of proper fraction. So in improper fraction, the numerator is going to be greater than the denominator. Improper. Numerator is going to be greater than the denominator. Improper fraction is represented in the diagrammatical form like this. Over here, what are the total number of parts? 6. So 6 is the total number of parts of this whole rectangle. And how many parts we have selected? How many parts have we colored? We have colored 8. So here numerator is greater than the denominator. So 8 by 6 is an improper fraction. Like fractions. Now like fractions have the same denominators. Very easy one. Like fractions means like itself means like same. So over here the fractions which have the same denominators are known as like fractions. All these fractions have the same denominators, right? Denominator 12. All these fractions have 12 as the denominator. So these fractions are like fractions. Now the opposite of like fraction is unlike fractions. They have the different denominators. Now over here you can take any denominator to give an example of unlike fractions. Now all these fractions have different denominators, so these are unlike fractions. Equivalent fractions. Now equivalent fractions have the same value even though the numerators and denominators are different. I'll give you an example. Over here, 1 by 2 and 5 by 10 are equivalent fractions. 1 by 2 and 5 by 10 are equivalent fractions. How? Because when we reduce 5 by 10 to its lowest term, it is 1 by 2 only, which is equals to 1 by 2, right? So these are equivalent fractions. Very important type of fraction, mixed fraction. A mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. How come? It is a combination of a whole number. So over here, 1 by 2. It's a mixed fraction. So whole number, this is 3, it is your whole number, and 1 by 2, it is your proper fraction. Proper fraction where numerator is less than your denominator. So mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. In the coming questions, we are going to see how we can convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction. Also, how we can convert mixed fraction into improper fraction. Now, let us start solving the questions. The main syllabus of class 5. Here, it is comparing and ordering fractions. Now, if we talk about like fractions, it is the easiest one to solve because in like fractions, the denominators are same. The denominators are absolutely same. So, you just have to compare the work with the numerators. When I say work with numerators, it means when we are comparing, when we are adding, when we are subtracting. In like fractions, we just have to work with the numerators. Over here, see, 14 by 22, 16 by 22. The denominators are same. These are like fractions. So, we just have to compare the numerators, and 16 is greater than 14. So, here we have compared these. Over here, 14 denominators are same. So, we will just compare the numerators. 7 is greater. Similarly, when we have to arrange these fractions in ascending order or descending order, you just have to compare the numerators because denominators are absolutely same. These are like fractions. So, we don't have to bother at all regarding the denominators. So, over here, since it is ascending, so the smallest fraction over here is absolutely 10 by 30. Then the greater fraction than 10 by 30 is 13 upon 30, then 19 upon 30, and the greatest fraction is 29 by 30. Alright, and as I told you, in addition and subtraction also, it is the easiest one to solve. Why? Because we just have to work with the numerators. So denominator is as it is, we just have to add our numerators. So over here, 50 plus 12, it is 62 by 93. Simple. Similarly, over here, subtraction of like fractions, the denominators are same. So we just have to work with the numerators. So over here, it will be 21 by 62. These are your answers. So it is very easy to work with like fractions. Let us move ahead with unlike fractions. Now here, unlike fractions, we all know in unlike fractions, the denominators are different. The fractions are different. Nothing is common in between, right? So when we have to compare the unlike fractions, in comparison kits, when we have to compare unlike fractions, we have two methods over here. So first method is cross multiplication and second method is to convert it into like fraction. And when we are going to convert it into like fraction, then things are pretty much easy to compare the unlike fractions. Alright? Okay. So cross multiplication. How does cross multiplication work? Look over here. We have 7 upon 11 and 6 upon 9. So these two fractions we have to do cross multiplication. So cross means when we are multiplying in this manner. So when I am going to multiply, like 9 sevens are, it is 63. 9 sevens, I'm bringing 9 over here. That is why the arrow over here is like this. I'm bringing 9 over here. 9 sevens are 63. And 11 six are 66. So which is greater? 66 is greater. Therefore, which fraction is greater? 7 by 11, 6 by 9. My 66, this part, it is greater. So 6 by 9 is greater than 7 upon 11. That's it. This is the simplest one to compare unlike fractions. You just have to cross multiply and see which side is greater. I always ask my children to write down the products just below the fractions. This way it becomes very easy to you to identify which fraction is greater. Alright. Now let's move on to the second method, which is converting into like fractions. These are the unlike fractions. Let's convert into like fractions. Now kids, understand this thing. We have these two fractions, right? 7 by 11 and 6 upon 9. Alright. Now to make them like fractions, in like fractions we have the denominator same. So to make the denominator same, we cannot just take any number and write down as denominators. Like if you say let's take 20, so write down 20 and 20. No, we cannot take just any number to make them like fractions. So what do? We found out the common multiple. In between, we find the common multiples of the denominators. And from those common multiples, we write the least common multiple. Understood? So that is the reason why our step 1 is find LCM of 11 and 9. This is our first step. So we are going to find LCM of 11 and 9. So this is the way you all have been finding the LCM, the common division method. Although it is very easy to write down the LCM of 11 and 9, but still I am showing you how we have to find the LCM, common division method. So over here 11 is a prime number. So I have written 11, 1 and 9. For 9 it is 3 and again 3. So now whatever prime numbers we have got, we are going to multiply them. So 11 into 9 is 99. So our LCM is 99. Now this LCM means that we should have our denominators as 99 in both the fractions, which will make them like fractions. So 7 by 11, how can I make denominator 99? By multiplying with 99. Remember, whatever number you are taking as to multiply the denominator, you will take the same number to multiply the numerator with. Okay. So 7 into 9, 63. 11 into 9, 99. Comma. 6 into 9. 6 upon 9 is 66 upon 99. 66 upon 99. So understood kids, why we have taken out the LCM? So that we have one common number that is there in both the denominators, so that we can make it into like fractions. Now here it has become very easy to compare. 63, 99, 66, 99. 66 is greater, and 66 is the fraction, is the equivalent fraction of which fraction? 6 upon 9. So we'll write or 7 by 11, 6 by 9. See, if you will see, the answers of both the methods are same. Alright, the answer will be same, the methods are different. So here we have understood how we can compare by converting into like fractions. We find the LCM of the denominators and then we convert them into, we find the equivalent fractions so that they are like fractions. And then it is easy to compare like fractions because we just have to work with the numerators. Alright, arrange the following in descending order. Now over here we have unlike fractions. All the denominators fractions are different. So these are unlike fractions and we have to arrange them in descending order. Descending order means from largest to the smallest. Alright, so now what is the first step? We are going to convert them into like fractions. Absolutely. So we are going to take the method, we will convert into like fractions. Very easy. What is the first step to convert them into like fractions? Absolutely. LCM of the denominators. 10, 12 and 16. Right? So we are going to find the LCM of 10, 12 and 16. And the best method is the common division method. 10, 12, 16. So 10, 12, 16. I can take 2 over here. 2 5s are 10. Then 6 and 8. Again, let's take 5 since 5 is here, prime number. Then 6, 8. Now 2, 3s are 6, 2, 4s are 8. Then again 2, 2s are 4. We can stop right over here also since we have got the prime numbers. But I am just extending it for more clarity of students that we must have all the ones over here. Now your common division method is completed. So how do we find the LCM now? We multiply all these prime numbers over here. So 8, 8 to the 16. Alright, over here it is 8, 10, 80, 80 into 3 is 240. Let me show you again. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. 8 into 10 is 80. 80 into 3 is 240 is our LCM. So let's now convert these unlike fractions into like fractions. So 6 by 10, how can we convert? By multiplying with 24. So 6 4s are 144, 240. Next fraction is 5 by 12. So 5 by 12 multiplying by 20. So that we get the denominator 240. The next fraction, last one, is 4 by 16. (16, 15) and then 14, 4 into 15. 60, 240. Now you can see all the fractions have the same denominator. So we have these like fractions. And now it is easy to put them in descending order, right? So which one is the biggest one? 144. So we'll write 144 by 240. Then lesser than that is 100 by 240 and 60 by 240. So this is your final answer. You have put these fractions into descending order. Another important topic, converting improper fractions into mixed fractions. So over here I have an improper fraction. The numerator is greater than the denominator. So how we can convert it into mixed fraction? We are going to divide them. The numerator is your dividend and denominator is your divisor. Over here it will be 10. The remainder is 3. Now mixed fraction. For mixed fraction, everyone, we write the quotient over here. We write the divisor over here. And we write the remainder as our numerator. The denominator remains the same. You just remember it this way. The denominator remains the same when we convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction. The denominator remains the same. So over here, denominator is 10. The upper one quotient comes over here and remainder goes up as the numerator. Alright. Let me solve this one also. 27 upon 14. So here numerator becomes your dividend and denominator is your divisor. Now 14 2s is 28. So I am going to take again 14, 1. So 7 minus 4 is 3 and 13. So 13 is your remainder. So over here when we have to write down as mixed fraction, denominator remains the same. Quotient comes over here and remainder is your numerator. Let us solve this one also. 16 and 11. Here also I'll take 1. 11 ones 11. So 5 is your remainder. Yes, absolutely. Denominator remains the same. Quotient comes over here and remainder becomes the numerator. So this is how we can convert improper fractions into mixed fractions. Remember kids, we cannot compare proper fractions into mixed fraction. We can only convert improper fractions into mixed fractions. We cannot convert proper fractions into mixed fractions. Alright, so our next topic is addition of unlike fractions. Now kids, as you must have remember, when we have compared unlike fractions, right? So we had converted them into like fractions first and then compare, right? Also, when we have arranged the unlike fractions into descending order, we had converted them into like fractions. Kids, now the easiest part is this one only, that the steps remain the same. Even if it is addition, now we have unlike fractions. The step is, what method are we using? We are going to convert into like fractions. The steps are absolutely same over here. We are going to convert them into like fractions. So the first thing that we do is absolutely LCM of the denominators, that is 7 and 12. Again I am going to show you the common division method. Over here 7, 12. 7 is a prime number, so 7 ones are 7. 12 as it is. Now 2, 6 are 12. Again 2, 2 3s are 6. Here we can stop, but let me just finish it. Yes. So now over here I have all the prime numbers listed on the left hand side. LCM of all these numbers is 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 7s are 84. So now we have got the LCM. It means the common multiple. So let's convert them into like fractions. 11 upon 7. How can we get 84? By multiplying with 12. 132 is your numerator and 84 is your denominator. Then 13 upon 12 into 7. 91 and 84. Now you have your like fractions with you. So let us now do as the question is asking us to do. It is asking us to add. So 132 plus 91 upon 84. Denominator as it is 132 plus 91 equals to 3, 12 and 2 upon 84. 223 upon 84. Now kids, over here 223 upon 84 is your improper fraction. So we will convert this into mixed fraction. So convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction and let me know the answer in the chat box. Alright, do convert this into mixed fraction. Now next is addition of mixed fractions. Now kids, I have only shown addition here, but the steps remain the same even if you have subtraction with you. So addition of mixed fractions, first thing first, we are going to convert them into improper fraction. Absolutely. And how do we convert them into improper fraction? Like our first mixed fraction is 3 2 by 5. So over here we multiply with denominator 3 into 5. And whatever answer we get, we add 2 in it. So 3 5s are 15. 15 plus 2, 17. So 17 is your numerator, and kids, please don't forget to write the denominator. Many a times children only write the numerator and they forget to write the denominator. So 17 by 5 is your improper fraction. Let's do for the next one. 2 1 by 9. Now here 2 into 9 plus 1 equals 2. 2 9s are 18. 19 upon 9. So now you have your improper fractions with you. So the question becomes 17 upon 5 plus 19 upon 9. Now easy kids, you already know you have your improper fractions in addition. So what will be our first step? What will be our method? Converting into like fractions. Absolutely. Converting into like fractions. So what are we going to do first? Absolutely, LCM of 5 and 9. Now 5 and 9, 5 is a prime number, so 5 9s are directly we can say it is 45. Let's convert the fractions into equivalent fractions over here. Let's find the equivalent fraction of 7 by 5. When can we get denominator 45? When we multiply by 9. So over here 45 and 19 by 9. So these are now like fractions, denominators are same. So let us now add them. 45 100, 53 plus 95. So 5 plus 3, 8, 14. So you have over here improper fraction. So please kids, now you can convert them into mixed fraction by dividing. Also kids, please do not forget, you can simplify it further if you find that they are common multiples of some particular number. They are divisible by either 2, 3, any number. Then you must first simplify it, bring it to its lowest term. If it is an improper fraction, then convert it into mixed fraction, or let it be the way it is if it's a proper fraction, right? Hey kids, now your revision drill is over, and I hope you have understood. And if still any confusion, then you can just rewind, pause, listen to the video again. And here are some set of questions which I have got for you for your own revision. These are question number 1 and 2. I have questions 3 and 4 also. Please pause the video and take a screenshot of this page. This is question number 1 and 2, and now you have question number 3 and 4 in front of you. So now I hope this revision drill has proven some has benefited you, and here you go. All the best, kids.